Lately, I've been thinking a lot about whether it matters if a leader is likable or not. And I've concluded that it actually does. It's a huge advantage. And what got me thinking about this is I'm involved in an organization that just got a new leader. And this guy is one of those people who is just about impossible not to like. A friend of mine, actually a client, and I were talking the other day about this fellow, and we were just having a good time. We were smiling and laughing about what a fun guy this individual is to be around. And then we got to thinking, in fact, we got to talking about what an advantage it's going to be for him in this new organization that he is so darn likable. And that got me to thinking about what kind of advantage does it provide a leader if he just profiles as likable. And when I say profiles as likable, he got to actually be likable. But it's not something that gets written about very often. For instance, you're not going to read a book on likability as an essential leadership characteristic, but here's why I think it's important. It gives you the benefit of the doubt. And I'm thinking about this particular fellow that I just mentioned a couple minutes ago that I was talking about this other client with. And he's already got an advantage. He's only been at this organization for 2 weeks, and already people are talking about what? They're not talking about whether he's a great decision maker. They're not talking about how smart he is. They're not talking about what kind of educational background he has or how many leadership seminars he's been to. They're talking about the fact that he's likable, that he's easy to talk to, that he's approachable, that he's down to earth, that when he speaks in public, he has a conversational style. And I got to thinking about this guy has a huge advantage just by being himself. One more thought. I've been talking about a leader who just has the it factor. I don't think he really has to work at the likability factor, but I think there's value at working at the likability factor. And how would one go about doing that? Well, a couple of different ways. Number one, I think we should just work at smiling, being more approachable. Some really basic things we can do is work at remembering people's names. I hate when I hear leaders say, I'm just not very good with names. That is not an excuse. The sweetest word in anybody's vocabulary is their own name. Commit to learning people's names and learn one essential fact about that person, and you'll have their loyalty. I think we can work at this likability thing. Now, between now and next time, I'm going to be thinking about patterns and routines and how they affect the lives of leaders and how they affect the lives of organizations. Hey, why don't you let me know what you've been thinking about?